Are you tired of babysitting your trades all day, constantly clicking in and out, managing stops, checking fills? Manually managing your trades is not only exhausting, but you leave a ton of upside on the table. Not just in returns, but in your time, your bandwidth, and your ability to actually grow as a trader. Plus, it's not scalable because you'll miss a trade, you'll burn out, or start second guessing yourself so that your entire strategy falls apart. That's why automation matters, not for the sake of complexity, but for the sake of consistency. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the automation tools you should be considering. If you're new here, my name is Mark Anderson, construction worker turned zero DT hedge fund manager. I've sold over $50 million in zero DT premium across over 1,000 consecutive trading days. In full disclosure, I've used every one of these automation tools I cover in this video, and I'm still using all of them today actively in my trades. So you're going to get a nuanced perspective on each one, their pros, their cons, and how to choose the right tool for your specific situation. Quick shout out to Tammy Chambliss, who inspired this video with her video on automation. I'll link that one below in the description. Why automate your trades? So why even automate these in the first place? When I first started trading zero DT, I did everything manually. Entries, exits, managing stops, you name it. And what that taught me was a ton. It also came with missed trades, late exits, and frankly, a whole lot of stress and emotional fatigue that I otherwise could have avoided. In fact, I like to think about manually trading like an hour-long commute to your job. That's 2 hours a day just sitting in traffic. The commute doesn't pay you, it just burns your time and your energy. Same with clicking around to place trades, watching the market for hours and managing your entire entries. It feels like trading, but you're just really setting up some condition that helps you make money, not actually making money. Automation removes that commute. It frees up time so you can focus on what really provides you the leverage points of making money. Learning new strategies, backtesting variations, networking in trading communities, and analyzing risk. This automation helps you get there. It produces repeatable entries with precision based on a schedule, consistent stop management without second guessing or your own emotional interference, and clear dashboards to review your win rates, drawdowns, premium captures. Now, just to be clear, I don't use these platforms to find edge. I use them to express and execute upon it. The edge I already have, if your strategy is solid, you're manually doing it does not improve it. Your automation just scales it faster and prevents mistakes. How to start without screwing it up. If you're brand new to automation, here's my recommendation. Start small and use what I call 2-week steps. Set up one entry or one trade, run it for 2 weeks, track everything, confirm it's working the way it should, then size it up by a contract or add another trade. Rinse and repeat. Don't skip this. Most people rush this step and then they get burned out by bugs or poor risk management settings that they don't even notice. Also, whatever platform you choose, Trade Steward, Tasty Trade, Trade Automation Toolbox, don't overthink it. If you're already on Thinkorswim, just use Trade Steward. Platform hopping costs time and you're probably looking at some 2-week downtime waiting for your funds to transfer. Wait for margin clearance and set up new permissions. Just go with the broker you're already on. Risk, simplicity, and avoiding the Amazon trap. The biggest trap I see is people treating automation like an Amazon package. I click it, I get rich, done. But even perfect automation can't fix a bad backtest. Even clean code won't protect you from over-optimization. You still need to do your own backtest, title and organize your strategies, and then track the results daily, weekly, monthly, and be brutally honest about when something is not working and why it's not working. I always say your UI might be fast and easy, but your returns won't be. The learning curve is still real. The risks are still real. Automation platforms. What are your options? Let's talk tools. There are 4 main platforms I see used most often for automating zero DT strategy. One is known as TAT, or Trade Automation Toolbox. This one's been around for a while. It's what I started with, and it's where a lot of people end up going, especially for simpler strategies. It's a simple platform, fast, and pretty easy to set up. It's plug and play and great for beginners. You can install it on your own computer or remote server. I recommend remote servers so you're not relying on your local machine that may not be on stable internet or power. You don't want to lose trades because your laptop died or something. Pricing can start as low as $49 a month, depending on your type of contract volume, and templates are generally easy to create, edit, and manage. It does crash a lot, much more than other platforms, so it requires a little more attention for checking the bots and other softwares, and tracking your performance is a little less intuitive than other platforms, but it still has all of the capabilities. It works with many brokers like Tradier, Interactive Brokers, and even Schwab. So you're already using some of these brokers, you might want to look at Trade Automation Toolbox. If you're international, this is probably the best platform for you because it integrates with Interactive Brokers. You can also check out TradeMate, which integrates with Interactive Brokers, but is slightly less intuitive, which provides the best type of interest on your account with Interactive Brokers. And if you have a big account and are planning on doing portfolio margin type trades, Interactive also has great portfolio margin. 2 is TradeSteward. This one is probably the most flexible, but has a little bit steeper of a learning curve. It's perfect if you're already on Schwab and Thinkorswim and want to get started fast. It's really lightweight and it's extremely simple. You can automate almost any strategy you wish. It has an amazing mobile UI and UX, and it's much more advanced than TAT or even Options Omega. So if you're just trying to eliminate a lot of the manual effort and you're looking at it on your phone, this is where it goes. It starts between $79 and $100 a month and is priced based on the numbers of bots you're using. It's completely web-based, so you can log into it based on your phone or your tablet or your laptop, and the interface is more complex but also way more customizable. It has by far the best tracking and is super easy to see what your trade performance has been like, and if you have the patience and more experience in trading, it's where I would go to start working on it, and I think it's the best for people that have a full-time job and are trading. 3 is Option Omega. This one has been recently released, but it's worth mentioning that more and more people are using it. It's a little more of a hands-off approach because you can basically just create a strategy directly from a backtest. The price point is slightly higher than others, and some people can say it's expensive. It's nice because the backtesting and execution is all on the same platform, which other ones don't quite offer. However, my opinion with these is it is newer and it's not quite battle tested. From my experience of using other softwares is that usually it takes 6 to 9 months till these things kind of get their bugs worked through. So if you use this, just kind of keep that in mind. Also, one thing I want to bring up with just tastytrade as a broker for automation is I do not like them for 0DTE. I wish I did because I like tastytrade brand and they introduced me to options when I first started trading, but it's really optimized for their content. And the problem with that is that their commissions and fees are astronomical because they are optimized so that you basically don't pay to close out a contract. And on 0DTE, we are spending most of our capital taking our trades to expiration. So you're getting charged much more for entry commissions, which will degrade on your returns over time. So just in general, I recommend on kind of staying away from tastytrade for 0DTE trading specifically and looking on getting another platform. TradeSteward does support tastytrade, so if you really want to stay on there and just start, just note that, but the fees will eventually eat into you over time. Here's some tips that I recommend when getting started with automation. Don't get stuck in a platform paralysis. Use the tools that fit your strategy and skill level currently. If you're already on Thinkorswim, look at TradeSteward. You want full control? Get into TAT, host on a local device. You want your backtesting and your trading all in one platform? Use Option Omega. And unless you have a very specific reason, skip tastytrade for 0DTE trading. If you're just dipping your toes in, here are my best tips. Remember to always crawl, walk, then run. Do the 2-week step I described earlier in the video. Use a default template or borrow one from someone you trust. Join the Discord's communities for your platform. They're gold mines of information and people are very helpful. If you're using Trade Automation Toolbox, consider using a remote server so it doesn't crash on you midday. And the big one here is name your bots and template clearly. So let's call it Mechanical Entry Iron Condor 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. or something like that. So you're not guessing. Organize the titles so everything makes sense and it's easy for you and your future self to track it in the future because forward testing is huge. Always do your own back testing and track your statistics. What gets measured gets managed. Look, automation isn't going to make you profitable overnight, but it will help you stay consistent and be able to iterate. And consistency is what gives you that edge in the trading game. If you found this helpful and it clarified the landscape a bit, hit the like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments which platform you're using or considering. What's the biggest barrier that's holding you back from automating your trades currently? I'd love to hear it from all of your guys' takes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.